So this is your wall workout, and I want you to think of the wall as an upright mat, a vertical upright mat, okay? So just take a step forward, one step forwards away from the wall, and you can have your heels together and toes slightly apart. And then just see if you can try and get your entire back into the wall and your arms, okay? So if you've got a big ponytail, you might need to move that out the way. So think of lengthening the back of your head up the wall. Get your shoulders into the wall. So you might need to really focus on widening your chest, which can be challenging for a lot of us because we're used to kind of hanging out like this for a large part of the day. So this may be challenging, but that's okay. And then try and send the back of your ribs up the wall and against the wall. So what you might need to do is focus on the front of the body to help you to do that. So really try and lengthen your waist backwards into the wall and upwards towards your rib cage. Okay, tailbone, lengthen it down the wall. Okay, and if you're going to compromise on anything, maybe just let your head come away from the wall, okay, if that's really challenging. And we're going to try and roll down the wall, and it gives you amazing feedback to feel which parts of your spine don't really like to move. Okay, I might look stiff as a board here, but it's really challenging just to stay like this. So take an in-breath. And as you breathe out, just let your head come away from the wall. And then just let your shoulders and arms come away from the wall. So it's quite nice to just kind of hang out and dangle here. But then the hard work begins. So I've got to try and lift the back of my ribs up and over the front of my ribs. And everything is still pinning into the wall. And I'm going to let one more vertebra come away from the wall. And one more. And one more. And so my sticky spot is around my lower back area. So I might just stop here for a second and just take another in-breath and out-breath. And then I'm going to roll all the way back up the wall. Feeling every part of my spine lengthening up the wall one at a time. Okay, so I'll try to go a little further this time. In-breath. Out-breath. Coming away from the wall. And you're going to work to where you feel is like a good place for you to stop. Okay, maybe it's all the way down. And you'll very quickly find the places that you like to cheat on the mat. So if you're going to get all the way down, let your tailbone slide up the wall, take an in-breath, and as you breathe out, your tailbone has to peel down the wall. And you have to work super hard to get your lower back into the wall first, and then let the rest of your spine follow. Every bone gets a chance to touch the wall individually, and lengthen up. Okay, so you can do that a few times. Then we're going to come to parallel legs, and we're going to try one leg squat. So everything is in the wall, long tailbone. Now, this is really tough. Take one leg away, and you're going to slide down the wall. And just watch where your knee goes. It's got to point forwards. And then as you exhale, you've got to push up the wall using your stomach and lift. And again, it also highlights imbalances. So like right now, I'm leaning towards my left. So I've got to work a little harder, probably on the right inner thigh, and push my way up. I'll do one more. Hold back in the mat. Not the mat, the wall. Everything slides up the wall. Everything slides down, and it should feel like a struggle. I'll go to the other side. Take the leg away. Now this side feels a lot easier for me. Make sure your knee tracks forwards. Push back up the wall using your stomach. Doesn't really feel like a leg exercise. It feels like a stomach and a back exercise. Push up the wall, and I'll do one more to make sure I've evened out. Sliding down, keep your tailbone on, keep the back of your ribs on, pushing up. Okay, that was tough. Now we're going to go into the swan. So again, you're imagining that the wall is your mat. And if you're doing your swan on your mat, your hips would be really flat in the mat, the front of your hips. Your legs and feet would be together. And let's have your hands just in line with your ears. Okay, so now the work is to try and keep your hips pressing into the mat. So on your inhale, you're going to let your nose lift up the wall. The back of your ribs are going to lift upwards and backwards as you lengthen your spine and look up. Exhale and come back to the wall. Inhale, focus on tailbone down, pubic bone in the wall. Lift your chest up the wall. Lift the back of your ribs up and back, and then you can return. Press yourself away from the wall for some push-ups. Feet and legs together. Now the further away you stand, obviously the harder it becomes because your relationship to gravity will change. So have your hands roughly in line with your shoulders, and you've got to make this diagonal line. Elbows are going to draw inwards towards each other and press away. So we feel the back of the arms working. Your whole line comes with you and push away. Inhale to bend your elbows. Exhale, push away. Squeeze your legs together, squeeze your feet together. It's the whole body working, it's not just the arms. And you can do one more. And push away. And then we will come down to the floor, with or without your mat. And you're going to get your feet up the wall. And if your feet are dirty, maybe make sure you're wearing socks. For some shoulder bridge. So you need to create a 90-degree angle behind your knees, feet in parallel, and a small distance between, maybe tennis ball can fit between your knees. Take an in-breath, and as you breathe out, you can roll up into your bridge. And because your feet are elevated, you get this amazing opportunity to lift those hips super high. Keep your weight between your shoulder blades, rotate your pubic bone to your chest, and really open up your hips. Inhaling, exhaling, and once again, just like rolling down a wall, you get this amazing opportunity to lengthen your spine, and you really do feel every vertebra coming down to the wall, down to the mat this time, one at a time. I'll just do one more with you over here, lifting all the way up. Open your hips, stretch your knees towards the wall, stretch your thighs towards the wall behind you. Inhale and exhale, lengthening all the way down. And if you're feeling brave, you can take one leg away. Get a little hamstring stretch while you're at it. So stay really stable, push your foot in the wall, and then take one leg towards you. Get a hamstring stretch here, it feels really nice. Lower it down. Nice and slow. Stretch the other leg towards you and lower it down. And then take an in-breath and out-breath, coming all the way down. And that's your wall workout.